We actually knew from the get-go that we were going to be in on the combat.
The anticipation.
You were saying to yourself, if that guy can do it, I can do it.
Of that June 6th sunrise.
The chaplains were urging us to say some prayers.
Fear, always present in the minds of young men on the verge of battle.
Orders are read and reread.
14 weeks of basic training, and I was shoved into this cauldron, a gladiator's arena, 19 years old. And I must have turned to the fellow next to me and said something.
Vincent Corsini remembers peeking over the edge of his crowded Higgins boat as it sped towards Omaha Beach.
Machine gun splattering the water.
Frontal assault on an entrenched enemy.
I walked in the water about waist deep with my rifle.
The invasion has started.
In the skies above Normandy, Eugene Deibler waited for the flashing light, signaling the 19-year-old paratrooper to jump.
If you weren't scared, something was wrong with you. You know, if you weren't frightened. Because, hell, you're just a kid.
I have 2 Purple Hearts.
Steve Milnikoff's feet hit the sands of Normandy on June 7th.
Our mission was to capture the towns that were behind the beach.
75 years later, the carnage of war is fresh.
We had more than 80% casualties in 11 days of combat. That is what happens in war.
Milnikoff was shot in the neck by automatic fire.
A memory that we'll never forget. I will never forget the rest of my life. As I went down, I looked aside and I could see my lieutenant, Lieutenant Fields. He's being hit by the same automatic fire. He's standing there and just taking all these hits. When the machine gun stopped firing, he just hit the ground. He was gone.
He started to run, and a machine gun bullet got him.
Corsini can't forget telling a man his friend was gone.
And I stood there, and I was hoping that the ground would open up and swallow me, because how was I going to tell him that his buddy was just killed in the field in back of us?
For so many, D-Day marked the start of a brutal fight across Europe that led Deibler to Hitler's Eagle's Nest, where he picked these photos off the floor of a ransacked Nazi headquarters.
This is a famous picture because this is for the book burning in Berlin.
I wouldn't exchange my experience for $1 million, but I wouldn't go through it again for $1 million.
These men don't know why they made it home, while thousands of their comrades did not, instead resting here for 75 years now under stark white crosses.
They gave their lives so we can have what we have.
They just pray the story of the greatest generation outlives the men still here to tell it. Sarah Blake Morgan, The Associated Press.